不是中国的基建有这么强吗？
美国小伙从没想到过，中国的基建离谱到，在天上造高架过船了。第一段。
1000亿的建设啊！哇，兄弟们，你们知不知道，就是盖高架其实已经不是一件很容易的事情，然后它这是在水里面盖高架，哇，这天哪，这太厉害了吧！所以它每一条高架都是靠船运过来，然后再一个一个拼成，打地基再运过来，再打地基再运，哇，太强了，这太强了！不是中国的基建有这么强吗？哇，这也太强了吧！你说前面那段时间我拍过一个视频说那个拜登想搞基建，我觉得这算了吧，我干脆直接外包给中国吧，就不要搞了，好吧？就交给中国来做不好吗？天哪，这基建太强了！
第二段。
इस वक्त जो है मैं चाइना के सबसे बड़े डैम पे मौजूद हूँ, 3 जॉर्जियस डैम। ये यांगजे रिवर के ऊपर है और मेरे बैक पे जो है इस टाइम यांगजे रिवर है और हमें बैक पे वो जो ब्रिज नज़र आ रहा है बड़ा, वो जो है ताजशाओ, मतलब कि यांगजे रिवर पे तकरीबन 2.5 से 3 किलोमीटर के दरमियान इसकी लेंथ है। ये मेरी बैक पे सस्पेंशन ब्रिज नज़र आ रहा है। 3 जॉर्जियस डैम जो है इसका एक पार्ट अभी हमने देखा, जिसमें हमने सस्पेंशन ब्रिज देखा, जो है यांगजे रिवर। अभी मेरी जो बिल्कुल बैक पे है वो 3 जॉर्जियस डैम है। यहीं पे बिजली की प्रोडक्शन हो रही है और मेरे जो है इस टाइम लेफ़्ट साइड पे जो है वो डैम का स्टोरेज है, यानी कि पानी जो टोटल स्टोर हो रहा है वो इस साइड पे हो रहा है, मेरे लेफ़्ट साइड पे। और राइट साइड पे जो है पानी का बहाव है और टरबाइन जो है बिल्कुल इधर लगी हुई है, मतलब पानी की जो एनर्जी है उसको यूज़ करते हुए ये जो सामने एक स्ट्रक्चर नज़र आ रहा है हमें, इनफैक्ट जो 3 जॉर्जियस डैम है वो यही है। और यहाँ पे बिजली की पैदावार जो है वो 22,500 मेगावाट है। 22,500 मेगावाट बिजली की पैदावार से मुराद ये है, इसको हम यूँ समझ सकते हैं कि पाकिस्तान की सालाना जो है बिजली की खपत, उसको पूरा करने के लिए ये अकेला डैम जो है वो इनफ है।
第三段。
Engineers have to make sure that their structure doesn't completely block nature's way of feeding the land. The Three Gorges Dam produces more power than any other, but that's not the main reason it was built.
The Yangtze River is notorious for its really severe flooding. Over the last 2,000 years, there's been about one major flood every 10 years. In 1931, there was a really bad one, killed about 135,000 people, destroyed almost 2 million homes. And so this is the main reason why they've built the Three Gorges Dam, is to control this terrible flooding problem.
The dam blocks the path of the destructive floodwater. The water is stored in its reservoir and is then released in a controlled way. But managing floodwater can also have serious environmental side effects.
第5段
Half-mile concrete bunker is the heart of the operation.
Our lobby here. This is the biggest power station in the world.
It's the Three Gorges Dam, the world's largest power station.
This is bloody impressive. Like the Chinese are saying, this is the greatest engineering feat since the Great Wall of China. Eh? I can't believe them. I've had to write the numbers on the back of my hand because there's a lot of big numbers. It's 1.4 miles wide, right? It's holding back 400 miles worth of water. But to be able to get that 400 miles, you needed to flood 13 cities, 140 towns, 1,350 villages. That's 1.3 million folk.
The benefits of hydroelectric power were simply deemed to outweigh the costs.
We're not having to burn fossil fuels, are we? We're not having to wait for the bloody cloud to clear to create a bit of solar energy. This is something for nothing.
Building a 40-story skyscraper, more than a mile wide, across one of the world's fiercest rivers, was hugely challenging.
World's biggest boat lift.
While it takes 4 hours for a ship to pass through the locks, taking the lift is just 40 minutes.
All right. I even zoomed in for that.
This half-mile concrete bunker is the heart of the operation. Vast turbines are installed beneath the floor, harnessing the power of Asia's longest river to spin 32 electricity generators and create an inexhaustible supply of power.
It generates 22,500 megawatts of power. That'll power 2 and a bit Londons. Just this one power station. I'd rather come here than down the pub. Hey, our lobby here. This is the biggest power station.
第6段
Talking to them, and they said that the water is quite high, but it's not at the peak yet, which is 175 meters, but it is quite high for this season. So I'd be curious to see how much rain we're going to have in the coming months, because we haven't hit the rainy, wet season quite yet. We are like sort of in the middle of it. You know, it's funny, your expectations. I kind of thought that the Three Gorges were more grouped closer together, but they're really separated by grand distances. And all 3 of these gorges encapsulate the volume of water kept at bay by the Three Gorges Dam. So when you see all of this water, if that Three Gorges Dam wasn't there, this whole valley would open up and you'd see all sorts of features that have been concealed for decades.
第7段
We're in one of the 3 very large powerhouses at the Three Gorges project. In this 700-meter-long room here, you can see 14 of the large turbine generators. Then beyond this one, a kilometer away, is the second powerhouse, and then beyond that one is yet another powerhouse which will be underground in the rock on the far side of the river. Each one of these generators cost about $50 million, to give you an idea of the scale of this project.
Debden Dam had 1 generator. Three Gorges has 32. Together they produce 5 million times more power than Debden. To drive them, the Chinese have harnessed the power of the mighty Yangtze River. In the reservoir behind the dam, the river now rises up to 60 stories above the riverbed.
感谢观看，记得评论点赞哦。